Welcome back, guys, to round 3 of the Pokebeach monthly tournament for October. Really starting to get into the swing of things here, guys. We are only 1-1 at this point, but here's hoping we can do something in this game. I won't reveal what happened in this game because I think it's probably better for me to leave the result for the end so we can discover it together. So yeah, this game was against Waterbox, and my opponent leads Tapu Fini and Manaphy. So I must admit, I was kind of gutted to see that it was Waterbox and not Greninja, because I have teched the one of Giratina promo for Greninja Break, and I was kind of hoping to see that, I won't lie. We do get the turn 1 Bridget. Look, there's a Giratina promo right there, and I was like, one day I'll get to use you. One day I get to use you. Hopefully one person in this tournament actually plays Greninja, because if I've teched that in for no reason, that'll be a really kind of annoying. It would have been really nice to have my second Bridget, you know. But, however, I've not actually had to use... I've not had Bridget being prized at all this tournament. So that's been something, you know, fingers crossed on that one. Sylveon comes out, which we're pretty happy about. And... you know, that's turn 1. We're pretty happy to see that. I think I left Parallel City open there because my thought was either my opponent's not going to get, or either my opponent gets lots of stuff down and I get to see what's in his deck, because bear in mind this is only game 1, and the other thought was if I have to reduce his damage, I can do that at a later stage and, you know, get Lily off my own bench. However, I didn't actually really expect him attached to Manaphy and take a knockout with Manaphy on my Ralts. Now, that kind of sucks. I won't lie to you, that kind of sucks. Mineral Pump takes out Ralts, which is what it is. I've got another 2 Ralts there, so I'm not too fussed. And we're just going to bring out Sylveon here. Now, we top deck the Ultra Ball. And at this point, I'm like, right, okay, maybe we'll just limit his bench, and then that way it's not the end of the world if he ends up getting like a Bridget for lots of GXs and stuff. And we're going to get a Girlia. So we're getting pretty set up here. We're doing alright. I'm pretty happy with the game as is. And I've chosen to attach here because I was thinking if I draw into Choice Band, it's there, I can actually take a knockout straight away on the Manaphy. And that's basically 2 free prizes. He's taken a free prize off my Ralts. I took a free prize off his Manaphy, which I took 2 free prizes. So that was pretty nice for me. Pretty happy with that. 2 Fairy Energy. It's nice to get them out the deck, out the prizes, I guess. And now he's sitting with Tapu Fini 170 HP, which is pretty knockoutable with Gardevoir. I think I was kind of hoping for Tapu Storm here. Burns' GX attack gets rid of it, and then I've actually got Eevee sitting in my hand, so I can actually just bring Eevee back out. And then, you know, I can Magical Ribbon again if need be. So he actually does attach, and I do think we see Tapu Storm here if I'm not wrong. And he's played down his entire hand as well, which is never a good idea. You never want to play down your entire hand. And there's a Tapu Storm GX. And I just choose to promote Kirlia. Yeah. Which is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that play. Here comes Eevee. And we're just going to bring Sylveon straight back out. Because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? That's such a nice card to have right there. And then we Guzma out Manaphy. And then that still gives us access to our Magical Ribbon. So we get to Magical Ribbon anyway, and we get to set up anyway. And then, what's the other card I grab? Maybe an Energy? Yeah, DCE. So DCE is nice to grab here. And we've got 2 Gardevoir coming into play. And what does my opponent top deck? And then, of course he did. I couldn't believe it. I remember that part of the game. That sucked. I was like, right, okay, I probably deserved that. Not really much we can do about it, but hey ho. I need to grab a DCE, I need to grab a Choice Band to get a knockout on the Manaphy again. It's a little bit too much. I probably shouldn't dig for it, but then there's DCE. Yeah, we're going to go for it again, aren't we? Yeah, of course we are. I get so greedy. Like, I'm taking knockouts with Sylveon for, like, no reason. Noticing there's no more Sycamores in my deck. That means... I can't remember if I play 4-3. But then we whiff the Choice Band, which is possibly the worst thing that could have happened. Because now we don't actually take the knockout on Manaphy. What do you do? What do I do? I probably should Magical Ribbon at this point. Because I could Magical Ribbon, get myself... I could have got myself the Choice Band and another 2 energy so that I could really start pumping up Gardevoir at that point. I'm not going to take the knockout on Manaphy, but I could have next turn, and it would have been a much better play. My opponent's going to Guzma the Tapu Lele, and we're going to see a Collect, I think. So yeah, Collect. It would have been much better to have Magical Ribbon there, because at the end of the day, I could have very easily knocked out something next turn with like a pumped up Gardevoir, you know, something along those lines. We're going to attach to Gardevoir, Tapu Lele, Gardevoir, can't decide. I don't like putting on Lele here. Now looking at this back, yeah, that was dumb. I do have an Acerola play as well. Like, that's always something I should really bear in mind, but... And then Gardevoir is going to Secret Spring an energy. And I think I Secret Springed onto the... Yeah, got it on Gardevoir, that's fine. We could Ultra Ball for Oranguru here and take another 2 cards, but I've chosen not to do that. I think Oranguru might actually be prized. That's something I vaguely remember, that Oranguru was prized in one of these games. Could have been the next game, can't remember. Aqua Patch. So my opponent is looking in a pretty, like, not great way, but I really feel as if I should have played that Magical Ribbon when I did, when I just chose to attack into the Manaphy. It would have been a much better play. And now we see Lapras is up and ready to go. And a Choice Band on Lapras would actually take a knockout on Lele. Yeah. As I said, that was a big misplay doing that earlier on, attacking into the Manaphy. I should have just Magical Ribbon so that I could have really guaranteed to get a Gardevoir pumped up, and then even putting a Choice Band into my hand gives me the option to put it onto the Sylveon if need be. So we get a Fairy Energy here, get that for Gardevoir, and then Ultra Ball here should grab a Lele, like my third Lele, and an Acerola. Yeah. It looks like that's what I'm planning. Because I can Acerola the Tapu Lele and then manually attach to Gardevoir, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 energies, is 210 damage, and I take a knockout on the active Lapras, which is a pretty good play. That's fine. And I've also got a Tapu Lele for next turn to attach anything, to grab any supporter that I actually need. And with Sylveon with with like all its energies on it, and a Manaphy on the bench with 10 health left, you're gonna be just grabbing the Guzma at that point and winning the game. Max Elixir goes on to Lapras. We're not worried about losing Lapras. What we're really worried about here is losing our hand, because if we lose our hand, we lose the game. Or we don't lose the game, but it makes it a lot harder for us to win the game. My opponent really taking his time to think this one through, and I don't blame him, because, you know, I've got pretty good chance of getting game this turn. Come on, buddy. It's a pretty intimidating board I've got in front of me. Like I can understand my opponent taking a little bit of time here to really think if he's got an option. Because there's so many ways I've got game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy between me and Tapu Finis, 150 damage. 1 energy more on Gardevoir takes a knockout, and I have that in hand. He knows I've got Tapu Lele in my hand as well. There's not a whole lot he can do at this point. And at this point I think it was like, I don't think he's coming back, so like I was going to drop him a little message to be like, are you still there? And then he just conceded the game. I'll go first next game. So game 1 goes to me. Pretty happy with that. Can't really argue. My opponent couldn't have done anything at that point. So let's just skip this on to game 2. So I won game 1. Set up pretty well in game 1, so there was no argument there. Start Tapu Lele here, which isn't great. But we do get a mulligan draw, so that's not so bad. And we see that my opponent has Potown, and I didn't actually see Potown at all in his game, the last game. So I was like, okay, like I made note of that pretty quickly. Potown is in the deck, so that's fine. Popping the Ralts down. Now I think what I was thinking here was if I get attacked with Lele, I could Acerola. If I get attacked onto Lele, it opens me up to an Acerola play, but then my hand went away anyway, so it's not a big deal. I'm hoping to get in a Bridget. We totally whiff Bridget. There's no Bridget here. And we see Potown. And I was like, okay, so Potown is in this deck. Potown is here for me. And I need to wise up to that quickly because the numbers with Potown really start to add up. Especially with Gardevoir, because it brings... I've instantly just went to take away Potown, which wasn't a smart idea, because if you look at my board state, I can't evolve this turn. I can't do anything this turn, so leaving Potown in play would have been so much better that turn, and then taking it away the next turn, because there's another Potown, and I was like, right, okay, so now my Ralts, when I evolve it into Curlia, is going to have to take 30 damage. You can only really... If we see Devolution Espeon, which with Potown is very popular, there's a good chance even that I can't do anything. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to just lose. So check out this hand, and I'm like, I'm going to need to Sycamore this. So let's just get rid of these. So it's 1 Curlia, 2 energies. I've got all the rare candies and stuff, and I'd rather be evolving with rare candies this game anyway. So it's not the end of the world. Choice Band goes on to Lele. I'm kind of pressuring with Lele here, which I think was probably the best play to make. Why don't Ultra Ball? Hold that in your hand, dude. Pass John. Don't play Parallel City. No, Pass John. Come on. And I've played down the Potown, and I've reduced his damage. Yeah, I reduced his damage so that I could. I think it was so that... Oh, I don't know. I don't know why I did that, to be honest. It's not a great play. I've reduced his damage, which isn't the end of the world. I think it makes it a little bit harder. He just gets rid of it. So I've literally... I've taken away my Potown counter twice for myself. I should have held it the first turn so that he then... There's Devolution Espeon, of course it is. I should have held it the first turn so that I could have evolved the second turn without putting 30 damage on Curlia. And then for the second Potown, I should have held it for next turn because I've got an Ultra Ball and a rare candy in hand. It was very possible there for me to get Gardevoir up and going. So that was a total misplay twice there with the whole Potown stadium situation. That was my bad. That was really my bad. But we've pressured Lapras to the point now where he needs to switch out and attack with something else, because we have the knockout with Tapu Lele. You never want to be losing something like a Lapras to a Tapu Lele. But he does manage to end me as well, so I lose my nice hand that I had before, but I do keep rare candy, which is definitely something. And I'm thinking in this game, I started to think, well, what if I don't use Gardevoir that much? I've already got a Lele on the field pressuring really well, and I could also get Sylveon without taking damage with Potown, so let's do that. Trouble is, all my opponent has to do is devolve my Sylveon now, and that's all she wrote. A better play there, I think, would have been to go for Guzma onto one of his bench and knocking out something there, because he couldn't have done anything else. You know, I would have taken 2 prizes like straight away, and now look, I'm just pressuring. I've now got pressure on everything on the board, which is pretty decent. Lele can knock out anything, but a choice band and an energy on Lapras will just knock out Lele, which is a pretty easy thing to do. Aqua Patch comes down and is probably going to attach to Lapras. There you go. And another Lapras comes down. He's rocking at this point. He's got plenty of stuff going for him. And I'm really on the back foot. I can't really get Gardevoirs out. I can't really get... I don't have a supporter in hand either. And I'm in a bad way here. And we do have to pay attention to the whole GX attack from Tapu Fini. That'll just reset anything I put on the board anyway. So I need to be very careful, especially if I'm using rare candies to get Gardevoirs out to avoid Potown damage. So my opponent here, if I were him, I'd probably retreat, to be honest, and use my GX attack on Lapras and freeze me or paralyze me. However, I think he's preserving his GX attack because he knows that it's definitely worth doing. So, do I take damage on Eevee? That's the question. It looks like I'm going to. No, I attached Eevee. That was actually quite a good play. I attached Eevee again and get the Sylveon again from the bench, from the deck, which is a way around Potown damage, but it can only really be utilised by Eevee. And then we get rid of Espeon, forcing them to get some sort of Rescue Stretcher or Super Rod play, and we do take 2 prizes as well. And getting the Lele off the prizes is nice because it means I can get into a Guzma. However, I've said before, all Lapras needs to do is come in with 3 energy on it and start swinging at me, and I've not got anything else set up. Look at my board. Like, I've got the Sylveon there, which isn't the worst thing in the world to have, but all he needs is a choice band. He gets the choice band, he gets the knockout. It's as simple as that. And Lele is the only thing really giving him any pressure, because he's now got a fully charged Lapras with no damage on it, which I kind of just let him have. It is important to note that I can play GX and get rid of both Lapras and all the energy on them, but then you take away one of my prize targets because that Lapras has a lot of damage on it already. I don't know what the play is there, but... And then we get into Oranguru, and I've not full screened this, dude. I've left the whole game with like the little thing down the bottom. Oh, someone's going to be upset with that. Oh man. So yeah, there you go. That's a knockout on the Tapu Lele, and I've let that happen all on my own. There was no one else that did that. That was all me. So we promote Sylveon. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do. You really don't. Sylveon can take a hit. That's something. Sylveon is able to take a hit. However, it doesn't take the hit very well. And we get into kinda nothing, but kinda something at the same time, because we've got the Lele, we've got the energy. But once again, I've got rid of my Potown out. I've got rid of the fuel blower pretty quickly there, without really considering what I could do. Sylveon was living a hit either way, but yeah, he's only got one N left at this point as well, which I did notice, and that was making me think I could Magical Ribbon. So you Magical Ribbon here. Let's grab Gardevoir, let's grab Rare Candy. So we're trying to get the Gardevoir play now that Potown isn't there. And double colourless seems fine to me. I'm probably going to get rid of my hand. Probably going to either Enter Sycamore anyway, so it's not going to matter what I get after that. I just need to get cards I can use this turn. So he's got Fatigue. He can't actually attack this turn. I'm not that bothered about taking 30 damage on a Gardevoir, so that's not the end of the world. However, the Tapu Fini GX attack is still in play. It's still there haunting me. All he has to do is retreat here and he's able to attack for a decent amount of damage with Lapras. However, yeah, you can attack for a good amount of damage with Lapras. Tapu Lele is going to Wonder Tag, and I think this was his last N. I think this is what he got here, yeah. So that's the 4th N. And I think my thought here was, either way Sylveon lives a turn, and then either way I can still Magical Ribbon. If I fail to get Gardevoir off of this N, I can then Magical Ribbon, and I can get a Gardevoir again, was my thinking. Aqua Patch comes down onto Fini. Yeah. It's only really Fini could go on, wasn't it? Yeah, so he gets the Aqua Patch. So he's got plenty of Pokemon all set up and ready to go. And I'm sitting kinda bad here. He Mineral Pumps here, which is a great play. That's a fantastic play. Heals up the Lapras a little bit. I can't really do anything against him. He knows that. And if he puts 60 damage on me, then he can knock me out next turn. Playing down the Curlia here isn't the end of the world. Onto the Ralts. Yeah, I've not played any cards. Come on, man. I don't know why I did that. Don't ask me why I did that, because I'm like, oh, that was so dumb. Attacking Manaphy would have been great there. But I suppose I do need to get the Gardevoir out, so I was probably always going to Magical Ribbon. However, I could have ended myself in a hand where I was able to get both of his Lapras back into his hand with no energy. Do you know what I mean? So I could have gotten rid of all of his Lapras and all of his energy, which would have been a lot better. So now Sylveon goes down, and I think I was like, right, okay, I can get 2 Gardevoir into play right now, and that's amazing. So let's see how that one worked out for me. And there's a Super Rod. Okay, so Super Rod's good. Let's get 1 Gardevoir up. 30 damage on the Gardevoir's negligible at this point, that's fine. Ultra Ball away Curlia and the Giratina, we don't need either of them. For a second Gardevoir or for a Gallade. No, I went for Tapu Lele. What? Why did you go for Tapu Lele? I have no idea. To Sycamore? Was that worth it? Not really. Not really. I could have just ended that. I could have happily ended that. I would have ended him to 2 cards. Oh, it would have been such a better play. That would have been such a better play. Really kicking myself here. So I didn't just end anyway, did I? I think that's when I realised he had quite a big hand. Oh, misplay of the day. Right there. That is bad, that. I knew I needed energy. I knew that's kind of what I was hoping for, was to get plenty of energy off of that. Which I did do, to be fair. I've got, you know, a good Gardevoir set up here. Didn't need to Secret Spring that energy. Didn't need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had plenty of damage there already. That was a waste. I could have Secret Spring that energy onto anything else and it would have been better because I'm already doing 210 damage with that Gardevoir and that will knock out anything on his field. So there was no need to do that at all. Oh, the misplays. The misplays right there. Even attacking to something like a Lily at that point would have been really, really nice. We saw Lily doing some pretty good work earlier on. There goes Lapras. So he only has to take 2 prizes at this point. He has to do 200 damage to Gardevoir, which he can't very easily do. Or he can attack Lily, which is probably a better play. Sylveon comes out. Fantastic. So the problem I face here is that Gardevoir is on a rolls because I rare candied. So because I've rare candied, I can't really do anything. I can evolve into Curlia, but all he has to do is devolve me. I need at this point to get... Oh. Why did he do that? Devolving with Espeon would have been a much, much, much better play there. I think he goes Tapu Storm here instead, which to be honest is fine. It's fit. Oh god. Yeah, he just kills me. He just wins the game there. You know, like. So yeah, I feel as if that game could have definitely gone better. Ending him down to 2 cards at the end there would have been so much nicer. He would have really, really struggled. But yeah, really well played against with my opponent. My opponent played fantastically. For what is probably an unfavourable matchup with him, he did very, very well. With the water box deck, and we go 1 game apiece. This was the decider. This is the deciding game of which I'm going first. I'm thinking, do you know what? That last game went a little bit awry, but I should still have this. And I was like, right, okay. I'm just explaining to my opponent that I'm going to go first. I'd check this game out. This game right here. Oh, this one's hard to watch. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This one's gonna suck. Yeah, this is turning out to be a good match. My opponent says, and I agree with him. I think, yeah, do you know what? I'm really enjoying this game. It's been a lot of fun. Check this out. So we mulligan turn 1. That's not a problem. Yeah, so we get the mulligan, and if you can see my hand there, I start Lily again, which at this point you're just used to starting Lily, and look at my hand. Look at my hand. I was like, that's not very fair. So I'm gonna just attach to Lily. I chose to attach the Fairy Energy there because if I was able to retreat into something with paying the retreat cost, I would be happy to do that. Drop down Parallel City, just kind of stop him filling up his bench. And then I just sit there and look like an idiot because I can't do anything. His Ultra Ball is going to get him probably his Manaphy. He liked his Manaphy the last couple of games. I wouldn't be surprised if he grabbed that. And he just discards in. He knows. I've started Lily and attached an energy, and that's been it. So he knows I've got a bad hand. And here comes Lapras for his Ultra Ball. He is not willing to end me here. He knows it. Aqua Patch, he's powering up. He's doing well. So I'm pleading to get some sort of draw supporter here. I'll take anything this. I'll Sycamore this whole hand. I don't care. I just need to get something. I left myself the option of attaching DCE, and if I got a choice band would be there. Did all I could, but oh wait, look at his hat. He's got the Lapras with 3 energy and a choice band. And he's telling me he misplayed. I mean, come on, dude. You didn't misplay anything. You've got this. Should have attached to the active Lapras. Yeah, you should have, because then he would have been able to retreat off the energy. At some point, he's cutting himself. He's like, oh man, I should have I've misplayed there. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna matter. I think I said my hand is booty, and then the TCGO was like, no, you're not allowed to say that. And I said, I don't think it's gonna matter, because it's not. What can we do? What can we do here? He literally attaches an energy anywhere on the board and he's won the game. And my hand sucks. I attach DCE and I attack. There's literally nothing I can do. He gets an energy anywhere he wants and then he's won the game. So I lost the second game, or the third game. I lost the deciding game to that. Look at that. That was such a bad game. The first two games were awesome. They were awesome. We had fantastic games. And then, yeah, rest in peace. Like that. Oh, it was so bad. I told him well played, because he did play so well in the second game. He played well in the first game. But yeah, the second game was great. The first game was fantastic as well. I feel as if we had really good back and forth. However, it had to end with Lele. Just Lele. Come on, man. Anyway, guys, if you want to see round 4, which I promise will be so much better. I've already played my round 4 and I'm actually really excited to go and make that video. So if you've enjoyed, you want to see round 4, you want to see future rounds, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you've enjoyed the video, give it a like down below. Leave me any questions, any comments down below. Please be nice to me. I know I've not done very well the past 2 games. I'm now 1 and 2. We won the first, we lost the second, and now we've lost the third. But I feel as if that game could have went a whole lot better. But yeah, if you want to see any more, please come back to the channel. We'll be uploading soon. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.